Hello! Hey, happy World Party Day, you guys. Like, OMG. I didn't know that.
I didn't know happened.
I mean, this is so cool. My name is Nicole Mariakis. I'm coming to you live from San Antonio, and I have my beautiful co-host, Kirsty.
Hi, I am Kirsty Willman, coming to you from Oklahoma.
Right. So we got the center of the country taken care of, you guys, right here. One of the best things I love about living in this virtual world is we can do this. My friends live all over the country, and we get to hang out and work together. This is so awesome. So Kirsty and I get the fabulous pleasure to talk with you about advanced skincare.
My favorite.
Yes. But before we get started, I want to share just a couple of things. Number one, thank you for being here today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for celebrating World Party Day with us. And I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. We know it's holiday weekend. There's lots of family stuff going on. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to try and make it short and sweet, get to the nitty gritty, meat and potatoes. But just a little bit about the company itself, Kirsty, if you don't mind, before I know you got the goods to show, so I get it. But Mary Kay Cosmetics was actually started 57 years ago with Mary Kay's last $5,000. So she was just sick and tired of being sick and tired, getting passed over for promotions by dudes, and couldn't get that job. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all felt that before, but imagine 57 years ago and where women were in the workforce. And she was just done. So she wrote a list of why some businesses were successful and some were not, the things she felt and the things she didn't. And then she created this amazing company that is still standing tall today. We are in over 40 countries. We are a multi-billion-dollar company that is debt-free and family-owned. Like, shut the front door. How many of us are debt-free? I mean, it's so crazy to think about. But I mean, I know we'll talk about some other super awesome benefits of why we choose Mary Kay. I just am over the moon about the company that we get to choose to work for every day. So without further ado, please, the beautiful Kirsty Willman.
Yay! And exactly what Nicole said, I think that's really my favorite part, honestly, of sharing these products with friends, family, you guys, I mean, anybody, is that you can feel confident in what you're putting on your face, is following the highest of efficacy and standards and the Euro standards and all these things and all of this. You can feel confident in what you're putting on your skin. You don't have to be like, well, it was just, I found it on sale and so I just put it on there and I hope it works, right? You get to know that what you're putting on there is, in my opinion, the best. You can always buy more expensive, but in our opinion, you can't buy better. So we're excited to share it with you. So what we're going to be talking about today, well, advanced skincare. Okay. So first, what we're going to start with is our Timewise Volume Repair Set. Okay. Because before we get to the heavy duty, the heavy lifting supplements, oh, thank you. Yes, you have a box. We're going to talk about your daily regimen, okay? Because your daily parts are the most crucial. Think of it like keeping your teeth the healthiest. Well, yes, you need to brush them, right? But like flossing, like brushing, all those things doing daily, right? Oh my God, I love it. I love it in the box. The boxes are just like pearly, little purpley pink. It's my favorite. So it's just like a prize when you open it, right? So in your daily skincare, okay? And what I think, Nicole, you can probably agree with me, a really common thing we get is when women are like, I just don't want anything that takes a long time. I want something that like I can do in like a minute and a half max in my bathroom. It's not a big deal. It's not complicated. And we are big fans of the highest powered, but also not complicated, right? So the really big part about this is it's going to be my favorite serum is gone. That's okay. We'll just, I will.
Which one is it?
My lifting serum is now sitting in front of me. That is okay. So what we're going to do is 4 steps morning, 4 steps at night, super duper quick. Okay. So before we get started, we actually have a couple before and after pictures to share with you that are just showcasing real life women who are having these crazy results with this. And I really, in my opinion, because first of all, can you not get excited about like some major dramatic changes? Because when you hear repair set, right, that means it's going to repair and restore advanced signs of aging. So crepey skin, restoring your triangle of youth, really, deep lines and wrinkles, crow's feet, really kind of give you that plump, youthful look back again, right? I think our face, we can all probably agree, well, in our neck. Our neck is probably the only thing we want to be back plump as we age. So we want that to always feel restored and rejuvenated, restoring the moisture. So that is exactly what we are going to do. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our very first step in this set. Nicole and I are actually going to go through this with you because I think why not? And like you said, since, you know, thankfully the technology world allows friends to hang out when you're not always technically in person. So we get to hang out and have a spa day with you guys. So the first step that we're going to start with always is going to be cleanser, okay? Morning and night. We're going to explain the reason why. I feel like that tends to be an issue that people are like, I'm not great at twice a day. I'm like, okay, that's okay, but let's chat about it. So what we're going to start with is our foaming cleanser. I love it. Yes, Nicole is showing you that a little bit goes a long way. And I really think that's such a valuable part of all of our skincare products because they're so concentrated. You're not buying a bottle of like filler. You're not buying a bottle of water. It is rich, creamy products that you know are going to last because when you mix with water, and I'm going to show you a little bit about my favorite beauty tool real quick because
Is it not charged?
Here we go. I was like, it's dead. I'm going to show you about my favorite beauty tool, and Nicole is putting on so you can see it's going to lather and be like the creamiest. I'm going to cheat and get a mirror up here. So
it's like washing your face with a cloud. That foaming cleanser is like, I mean, it's just so soft. It's so smooth, but with the bubbles or the foam, excuse me, you can feel it lifting everything. So from your makeup and from, you know, just day, right? Whatever happens in the day. If you think about your car windshield or if you wear glasses, anything that's on those two surfaces is on your face.
Well, I think that's so important to keep in mind because a lot of times we'll hear, I didn't wear makeup today. I don't need to wash my face. I'm like, oh.
Did you sweat today though?
Because yeah, if you think, especially if you wear glasses, I've been wearing my glasses out lately. There's always just pollen and dust and just gunk, right? So not only is that all on our face, okay, but also just oils, sweat, just natural things, you know, just gunk throughout the day that we want to make sure we're taking off of our face. We don't want to leave that there all day, right? And so in nighttime, you've had all day to accumulate gunk on your face. You need to make sure you're washing that off. In the morning time, I feel like that's when I hear people say, well, I kind of skip it. But when we talk about our night cream here in a minute, then that's when you're going to be like, okay, so not only do you need to be prepping your skin, the ingredients in this are going to help restore you that moisture, deep clean, all that stuff, but it's prepping your skin for the next steps, okay? But also, you can't be leaving those anti-aging ingredients on that are only supposed to be on overnight. So now we've washed all this off, the silky creaminess, that alone makes my skin just feel like a drink of water. But okay, so you saw me use my favorite little beauty tool. And we actually have a quick little video we want to share with you of like kind of how this works to show you the full example of it not only getting the surface of your skin, but getting inside your pores to pull out makeup. So let's hit play on this real quick. Okay, so you can see even the example on the brush, but you can see even on mine, I just had a little bit of like a little bit of concealer on under my eyes before we had started. But so what this is going to do is it's 20,000 micro bristles vibrating at 200 times per second, which is way more than I can possibly even fathom. But so what that's going to do, yes, it's going to get inside. You're getting 4 times a deeper clean. So even if you're someone who's not wearing makeup, you're still removing dirt, impurities, bacteria, just gunk. But especially if you're someone like me who typically has on a full face of makeup, I don't want any of that left behind in my pores. And it's an added very gentle exfoliation step as that's going to help deep cleanse all that out. So, and you might notice when we are finished today, you might see a little special on this just to say thank you for you joining us today on this because we are all about specials, right? Like, I don't know about you, Nicole, but I'm always like, oh, did that say discount? Did that say special?
Somebody say free is for me.
No, okay, so now we've covered the cleanser, okay? And so the next step, which I'm going to skip, but Nicole is going to do, because mine is not sitting in front of me because I don't know where in the world I put it. It is my favorite. It is our lifting serum, okay? I have a customer who refers to this as Spanx for her face, and there is a very good reason. The magic part about Spanx for your face, okay? And I get this question a lot. Nicole, you probably do too. People are like, well, how much is too much? How much? Yeah, you're like me. I'm like, I'm doing at least 2 pumps, and I'm doing morning and night. I think this is the thing that women go through the most with this set, because it's so powerful, so quick. They start seeing such a difference. And it feels like actual, just like cashmere, like on your face when you're putting it on. It feels heavenly. It smells divine. But it is getting, in their clinical studies, here's my favorite part. In clinical studies, 100% of women approved of this, that it was getting, it was tightening up. Yes, exactly. I don't know the last time anyone got a group of women in a room and 100% of them agreed on literally anything.
Never happened. Never happened. History of time.
Of women, that it is firming up your triangle of youth, right? So your jawline, your neck, your cheeks, plumping that back up, restoring youthfulness, tightening, literally lifting. So when we put our, you put your Spanx on, think of what that does for your body in a tight dress. We're just going to put that Spanx on your face. So, and this is a serum that I absolutely love. Even before I started using this repair set every day, when I was using our previous set, you probably heard our friend Robin talk about our Timewise Miracle set. I still use this lifting serum twice a day. I know that it is the best of the best for anti-aging and serums for what it's targeted to do. So I think it is, in my opinion, one of my absolute favorite serums to recommend for anybody, because even if you might not reverse, for me, I always look at it as I'm going to do this as preventative care, right? Like getting your teeth cleaned. It's a little preventative measure to make sure you're good always. So I'm always using the highest ingredients to make sure preventative care, I don't have to reverse as much, maybe years down the road. So you're just going to do your serum step next, which Nicole had showed you. And the next
real quick, I know y'all call it Spanx for your face.
What do you
I
call
call it return to factory settings. You know what I'm talking? It's like a hard reset.
Return to baby face.
Yeah, I mean, I started using it 2 years ago on a dare. A director was like, "Why wouldn't you be using repair?" And I was like, "Valid question. Why wouldn't I use the best thing on the market that's available to me?" Like, hello. So.
Well, and especially I think, and Nicole, you can weigh in and share your thoughts as well, but I think so often, sometimes people kind of struggle with feeling boxed into like an age category for skincare. And I just think that is just crazy town. Because I know, like, even like for, even just for myself, speaking for myself, not quite 30 yet. And I've been using this for a whole year now. Before I was using our Miracle set. I don't believe that there is an age demographic. I really don't, because I think as long as you're wanting, if you know you're doing as preventative care, you're wanting to use the best anti-aging ingredients, why would you not? So I will say who this is tend to be most favorited by, I will say is, we'll say 30-ish. I like an ish. 30-ish and up, right? But I don't believe that people are boxed into categories. I think it's just depending on what you want and the level of skincare that you want to do, especially with the lifting serum. So,
well, and I'm really glad that you brought that up, because one of the products we're going to talk about later today has been boxed in for far too long, and we're going to just let it out. Right. But not only that, like, did you know that in the next 2 years, North America is going to spend $21 billion on skincare and anti-aging?
It's crazy.
So, like, you're going to, I mean, and I just was on a call earlier today, 80% of shopping malls are supposed to close in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
That's just wild.
I think just the last year has really showed us just kind of a change in trends, especially when it comes to skincare and makeup. That women, hallelujah, are so much more focusing on their skin as opposed to just makeup. Like, you cannot have great makeup without great skin. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I love that women are really embracing that, embracing their natural beauty. And for me, I know there's no better feeling than finally feeling your most confident in your skin. And being able to be like, oh, I'm going to run to the grocery store real quick, but I'm not going to put makeup on. Like, I feel good. I'm good. I'm going to put on a little moisturizer, some eye cream, and I'm going to call it good. So I love that part about it, and especially what Nicole is going to share about in a little bit. So we've done our cleanser. We've done our lifting serum. You're going to do both those things morning and night. And this third step is going to change whether it's morning or night. Okay, and we're talking about our moisturizers, which is our day cream and our night cream. The really fun part about this, and I'm hoping it shows up decently on camera, maybe. Okay, kind of. You can kind of see. So what? Yes, there you go, Nicole. So they are closed off. They are sealed. So when you pump, a tiny bit comes out, okay? And I will share. I don't know about Nicole. Okay, Nicole, do you have dry skin, oily skin combo?
I have dry skin. I am a desert.
Okay,
you can call me a cactus.
So when you look at how much Nicole just put on, it's because she's a dry skin girl. So she probably does a whole pump of this. I'm a very oily skin girl. So I'm going to use a tiny bit. And just like Nicole did, I'm going to make some dots down my neck and face, about a quarter of the amount probably Nicole did, but that's because I'm an oily girl. But here's the awesome part about both of these, but we're going to talk about the day cream first, is it is a 12-hour moisturizer. Hallelujah. So when you're using one in the morning, one at night, you are covered 24 hours. But there's an SPF. Golly, I forget just how good this smells.
I never take the time to like enjoy applying. I'm so used to like to pay attention. I'm like, this stuff is so soft.
So this is going to give you
SPF is broad spectrum coverage. Yeah.
And I think especially, I mean, for me too, but I'm going to say definitely, Nicole, she's in South Texas. It's sunny. It is sunny, sunny. But for a lot of us, summer is finally coming. Spring is coming. I went to the garden center this morning and the sun was shining on everyone and everyone was like a bunch of cats. Like, oh, the warmth, the sun is out. So we're always needing that SPF 30, okay? And even if you are not wearing makeup, if you're wearing makeup, even if you're just running to the grocery store, I know some people relate SPF with thinking, oh, I'm going to be at the beach. I'm going to be at the lake. I'm going to be at the pool. Not exactly. SPF is a daily thing, okay? 80% of our aging process is all natural, okay? So like we have to, like things that we can prevent, right? Only 20% is genetic.
Sunshine, sleep, stress, eating choices, friend choices.
Yes, so much. So if we can control part of it, why would we not, right? So starting with an SPF every single day is going to be one of our top recommendations for that. So your day cream, and that really what I love is, like I said, it can be adjusted by your skin type, and it's just how much you pump out. And so it's not exposed to the air, bacteria, anything like that. It is trapped, encapsulated in here. So all the ingredients are at their 100% purest form when you pump them out, okay? So that is our day cream. If it were nighttime, we'd switch over to maybe my favorite step. Maybe my favorite step in this. Same thing. It is sealed. It's got a pump. With this baby, I use a full pump because I'm lathering face, neck, my décolleté, my backs, and my hands. Which, yes, when you're putting this stuff on, number one, you should be taking everything down to your décolleté, to your neck area. You just want to prevent that because you don't want to look up one day and have a skin or a face that's got skin that you're maybe 20 years younger and your neck shows that maybe you neglected it a little bit. So we want to do all of it.
No turkey necks. No turkey necks.
One of the biggest tips that someone gave me when I first started Mary Kay, when I'm putting on my serums, I'm putting on my night creams, my things, what I have left on my hands, I always rub on the backs of my hands because think of how much sun damage your hands get, even just driving, doing anything. And we don't necessarily always remember to put anti-aging on here. I'm going to get hand cream, but I'm putting some anti-aging on the backs of my hands. So this night cream, same thing. It's going to be a 12-hour moisturizer. Fabulous, but it has got retinol. Okay, and if you know any little thing about retinol, first of all, if you do, we've got a big old surprise for you. We're almost finished, but this is going to be a different form. So what we're talking about here is encapsulated retinol. Okay, so it's a slow time release retinol that you don't have to go through, retinization period to adjust to all these different things. It's it's very gentle. But it's going to be that age-fighting superpower, right? So if you've heard any commercial or a magazine ad, you've heard a couple of terms, okay, of a lot of ingredients that are in this set. Glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, retinol, all these things, because that is going to be the most powerful, okay? So this baby I've been using for a long, long time. And if you're like me, even though I do have oily skin, one, oil and moisturizer, two very, very different things. I think Robin definitely covered that very well earlier. She taught me so much about that. But with this, since it's nighttime for me, I don't care if I feel a little extra moisturized because I go to bed feeling like I'm going to wake up looking so good in the morning.
So something I love about that night cream, and you mentioned it with putting it on the back of your hands. Who has a scaly elbow? Everybody. Put it on your elbows. And you don't have scaly elbows in the morning. Pro tip. If you work out and you do lady push-ups like myself, you are a strong, independent woman who cannot get up on her toes to do push-ups. It's fine. You fine. You're doing great. And I get like like a burn on my knees from wearing polyester pants on a mat. Put it on your knees at night, and in the morning they're soft and you don't have weird goofy knees.
Nicole,
you're welcome.
I'm also thinking, as women age, as we mature, the skin above our knees, the skin right here, kind of on the back of our arms a little bit, that can tend to get a little saggy, okay? Same thing. Why would we not be putting some anti-aging ingredients in those areas? Okay, well, tonight I will text you and let you know I'm slathering up my elbows.
You're welcome. And I use our anti-aging bar soap for my body.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be anti-aged here and then I'll
aged everywhere else.
Aged everywhere else. You're right. So I want to be, ageless from head to toe. And so we luckily have the solutions for that. So anyway,
yes, I love it. Okay, so while we covered that. We covered our cleanser, like so we do morning and night. Our lifting serum you do morning and night. And then you'd swap depending on what day or night for your moisturizer. Now comes in my opinion, the big MVP, okay, is our eye cream. Eye cream is a big fat deal in my house. I'm married to an optometrist, so he's, all things eye guru, whatever. He knows all the science behind the eye stuff. I just know all the science behind our eye cream and how to keep our eyes the healthiest. Okay, Nicole is showing us the magic behind this, and this is this metal tip. So if you guys have ever seen a boxing match, okay, and boxer, unfortunately, the one who might be not doing too great, getting beat up a little bit, his eyes are getting puffy, and his trainer runs in there, trainer runs in there, and is putting a little metal strip everywhere, and it's going to reduce swelling. Bingo. Okay. It is exactly what's in this magic eye cream. So when you're putting this on, you're going to put it on that flat side. I roll it back around to the back side where it's kind of rounded like a little ball, and you massage this in. Okay. This not only because it stays cool at all times, like no matter what, it's always cold. So it's helping reducing that pressure. It's promoting microcirculation, all these things. And Nicole is exactly like me. I'm putting it right in this little nook and cranny that my husband has told me has the same sciencey name. I don't know what it is. I'm going to call it this little nook and cranny. Putting it also all over my eyelid. Okay. I don't do the eyelid in the morning for me personally because I do have oilier skin and this is going to be very moisturizing, but at nighttime, you betcha. So that's up to each personal use, right? So with this, when people are like, was it safe for my eyelid? Yes, sister. I always say, imagine you have goggles on, okay? So if you'll notice, everything else we use, I didn't put in my goggle area because it's not made for my eyes. My cleanser, my moisturizer, my nothing. Only thing going in there is eye makeup remover and eye cream. So that eye cream is a special moisturizer that's built in for 12 hours. Again, so you're using it morning and night. So it's going to help prevent and repair dark circles, signs of aging, signs of fatigue. Like Nicole said, lack of sleep, stress, nutrients. I've heard children. I don't know. I ain't got children, but I can imagine why that might add to it a little bit. But just jobs, just different things that's going to add to that. Okay. So also, the reason I'm going to take that up on my eyelid as well and put it everywhere in my goggle area is because what we want to do is help repair all of that, especially on our eyelids, because as we mature, the skin on our eyelids it's going to age as well. So get a little bit saggier, get, fine lines and wrinkles, crow's feet, all those things. So we want to cover the whole area, okay? And giving that moisturizer. So the non-negotiable, which I say that the whole set, but the non-negotiable on it is the eye cream, and especially because of the magic applicator helping reduce puffiness, especially at least everyone I know that's in like southeastern or east southern part of the United States. We got some allergy problems coming on right now.
Girl, my patio is yellow.
So for all of us, we're struggling right now. My husband's outside mowing, and I'm just thinking like, I can't go outside for the rest of the day now. Like when you roll the windows down, you're like, oh, cool air. I'm like, no, it's allergies. Roll them back up. So we have covered now all of those things. Okay, our cleanser, our lifting serum, day cream, night cream, eye cream. And we have covered our daily regimen, okay? And like I said, we took a little time explaining what it is, how to put it on, why it's so great. But really, I would say about a minute and a half it takes me to do my whole routine morning and night. So something that's super duper quick, doesn't take a lot of time, but is giving you the most advanced signs of anti-aging as far as repairing and restoring all those goody things. So in addition, I think Nicole is going to really dive into, and we were talking about the retinol, the encapsulated retinol that's in our night cream. Nicole's going to talk about the most fabulous addition to our Mary Kay family because we have entered into what is called dermocosmetics. Yes! I love the box. It's so fun. So we're talking about some clinical solutions, pure, like medical grade retinol, things you used to only be able to find in a dermatologist's office, in a med spa. Clinical solutions, I love it. It's just white and beautiful, and it looks fabulous in my bathroom.
It's so classy. Like it's just
especially because when we say that, things that it's a pure medical grade, it's very different than that encapsulated retinol. This you gotta get used to, okay? And so I love that it looks clinical. Like you're like, okay, this is business.
Looks like doctor's office.
Yes. So this has some special instructions, some special steps, what all it's gonna do. So Nicole, tell us everything we need to know.
Sure. So before I get started on the details, I want to knock your socks off. So if our fabulous virtual assistant, Robin Moore, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona, could show some before and after pictures for us, I would greatly appreciate it. And the reason why, you guys, is sometimes I'm a visual learner. So if you don't show me what's going on, I don't hear what's going on. So if I can show you a thing or two of what's going on, I'm going to show you how fabulous these women are. And you know that there's different ages, different races, right? They're not all of them are 20 somethings and not all of them are 50 somethings and above and in between, right? So it's for everyone. And I mention that because generally speaking, when we talk about anti-aging, it's like, how old do you have to be? Where's that box that I have to hop into so I can start using anti-aging? It's retinol is for anyone 21 and up.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does retinol do? Well, it is the gold standard of anti-aging skincare. So it's a derivative of vitamin A, and you could it's a buzzword that you can see. You'll find it anywhere. You go to Walgreens, grocery store, your facial place, your massage place, everyone's talking about retinol, retinol, retinol. But what does that mean, right? As far as like efficacy, percentage, right? So I heard this story the other day, and Christy, it might have been from you, so forgive me. This gal was making a delivery to her customer, and her customer said, oh, hey, you have that new retinol set on hand, because I was just going to go run to Walgreens and pick some up.
You literally can buy this level of stuff at a store.
You can't. It's physically impossible. So, and the reason why we bring that up is so you may have heard let's talk about other industries, right? So organic, natural. I can slap that on my brand too. That doesn't mean diddly, right?
It's not regulated.
It's not regulated. It's just a word. But if you I mean, if I went to a farmer's market, I could pretty much guarantee it's probably natural, maybe organic, but you can't guarantee that at grocery stores. So retinol is the same. It's a buzzword that people are looking for, but encapsulated retinol means it's going to slow release over time. Whereas our clinical solutions is pure retinol, straight to the face. I know. And all of us are like giddy about it because we've seen some amazing results. So some of the results I've personally seen, I have melasma.
You've gone through the full 8 weeks now, right?
I have, yes.
Okay,
so I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Thank you for reeling me back in. I have seen differences in my melasma, which is a skin discoloration that I have, and it's lightening up, and I actually need to use a lighter foundation.
Oh, that's awesome. That it just really has changed some, because that's a complication. I feel like it's very common with women of having skin discoloration and kind of being uncertain of what to cover.
Which color do you match it to?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've also had some amazing testimonies from my customers and my friends that are like, I don't know what kind of magic is in these bottles, but I am able to confidently just wear a light powder and go to work or go to the grocery store and feel confident in the skin that I'm in, right? Like you can't pay for that kind of advertisement. So without further ado, clinical solutions. So the first right here is the pure high concentration retinol serum. Look at how beautiful it is. It even comes with a little pink tip because duh. And then it's paired with the facial calming milk, which is, and Kirsty, you might know a little bit more about this particular product if you want to add a couple of details about it.
So the crazy part is I will admit, okay, because this was new to all of us. Like while I knew about med grade retinol and I knew about the benefits of it, I just hadn't used it yet. We didn't have it as a company, like all these things. And so when we did, because if I'm not wrong, we are either the first, if not one of the very, very few of companies are able to offer this in an at-home setting that have teamed up with dermatologists to be able to offer
the first and only.
That's what I thought, but I must speak without knowing. So that when we came out with this, I was like, milk, facial milk, what the heck are you talking about? Because I was like, well, I have moisturizer. I guess I just don't understand what the difference is. So the facial milk, first of all, like watery and literally, I mean, looks like milk, like runny white, like it's the same, right? So it is going to be like a force of moisture back in. So in the process, which Nicole's going to get into, because it does have a very customized 8-week retinization period to go through to get your skin used to it. You can't just slap this on full blown and go to town and be okay. Your skin's going to be like, oh no, thank you. It's like probably like I would assume like running a marathon without training. Like your body's going to be like, no ma'am, we're not doing that. So with the facial milk, it's going to help you dilute that down in a safe, gentle way to add moisture, okay? Because with retinol, a pure med-grade retinol, you're going to experience some dryness as your skin adapts because it's going to change your age reversal process. So this is going to help force that moisture back in. And I've really learned, because we've both been using this for months now, but I've learned so many different testimonies from different customers, consultants, directors, everybody, about different things that they've really experienced with this, even after their retinization period, even if they're not, maybe using a retinol, of adding this in as an extra moisture step, especially people with very sensitive skin, to add this in with other things, not a replacement, but to add it in for people with different skin sensitivities and reactions and different things. And it's been really crazy. And so the extra great part with this is, as you go through the process, if you're experiencing some dryness, yes, you can throw this in your purse because you can actually dab this on top of your makeup. If you're throughout the day and you're like, oh, I got some dryness, it does not mess it up. I was nervous, but I did it. But your consultant can also help you get a little baby travel size version that you can easily throw in your purse that's going to help you add that moisture back in to calm it. I think that's the biggest thing, is the soothing part about it. So if you're experiencing any irritations, any redness, anything like that throughout this process, it's just going to be a big soothing agent, which your face will thank you for.
Absolutely. And you're so right. So if you were to go to your doctor's office or get a prescription, they're like, here's some retinol, bye, thanks so much. What happens with that if you don't have a very specific set of rules to abide by? What do? We like go shower in it, got to put it everywhere. And then we have our face freaks out, right? Just like if we were going to go run a marathon, our body would die without training. Your face is going to do similar things. And so you might have an aversion. You might react, redness, dryness, peeling, things like that. And you then might have a bad taste in your mouth about retinol. So Mary Kay went to work. Like when Robin was talking earlier today about like years of testing and years of testing, she wasn't kidding. We spend years and hours and hundreds of thousands of tests to make sure whatever we bring to market is the best money can buy, because we want to minimize the stress that you have around what's in your bathroom. What, when, how, where, why. Like, we don't want you to worry about that. There's too much going on in the world. So Mary Kay went to work on figuring out what is like the perfect amount of time to minimize any stress or reactions or any problems that you, the consumer, might have when utilizing this product. So it's an 8-week retinization process. It comes with a super cool calendar in the box. I ripped it off, stuck it in my bathroom, and marked it with like eyeliner and lipstick because I just don't have a pen in my bathroom. Like, I'm not that person. But that I need those things. And I even put reminders in my phone, because when you're using a product for one time a week for the first 4 weeks, what day was that?
Mm-hmm. I think, Nicole, that's the other thing you had mentioned. You can go, previously when you go to a doctor's office, a med spa, whatever, give you a retinol and you say, here you go, and you go home. Okay. And I think that's the difference in the level of service that I love we get to share with our customers, because not only does it come with instructions, we are not going to send you into this blind. It comes with it in the box. You'll have a little fold out, but you have your consultant to text you every week. Hey girl, it's week 2. Here's what you're going to do. Hey girl, it's week 5. You're going to move up to twice a week, like all these things, and check on you. How's your skin? Are you dry? Are you this? Are you that? Are you this? And so you're not just blindly in it trying to figure this out.
For sure. So that was just a little brief commercial on our Clinical Solutions 0.5. I know we are about 30 minutes into our event, so we want to keep the ball rolling. So I know that, let's see, can we do both things? I don't know where that one is. How do I make it go away?
I don't know what you got in the background. Okay, while you're figuring that, I'm going to share a few more things about the retinol real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I know a big question we get is we're kind of like, okay, like what is the magic of the retinol? What is it going to do to my face, right? So remember Nicole said it's a derivative of vitamin A. So just restoring that youthfulness, that glow, that just one, this is probably the better example of restore back to factory settings that Nicole said. We've chatted with, different dermatologists when they were sharing the information, and different surgeons and stuff that we've been able to learn from, who were explaining like this really is the gold standard. Because if you ask a dermatologist, what's the best I can get to make my skin the absolute healthiest, they're going to tell you retinol. Like they're going to tell you that. So just restoring it to its most healthy state. And the biggest recommendation, they will all tell you, not just your Mary Kay girl, like anyone is going to tell you to be using a daily anti-aging skincare regimen. And honestly, a little bit before, because your skin needs to be the healthiest to be able to receive it. So kind of, the same with like teeth. If you're going to go get veneers, you're going to get all these, you're going to spend all this money on this beautiful, implants and get this most beautiful smile ever. But you're not the world's best at like brushing your teeth every day or flossing or those things. We want it to be the healthiest possible so that you can best receive this and have the least amount of reactions or anything like that possible. So you get that fresh, what I call baby butt soft, smooth skin.
So true. So true. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about why Mary Kay, if that's okay. Do you want to kind of ping pong back and forth a little bit? Are you cool with some popcorn?
Of course. All right. Always.
All right, you hit it, girl.
Awesome. Okay, so this is probably my favorite part because one of my big passions that I've worked in my career for the last 6 years, even before Mary Kay, is working with local businesses. I did a lot of chamber work, Main Street associations, tourism boards, different things like that. So supporting local businesses is a big passion of mine. And truly, shopping with your Mary Kay consultant is the same thing. I know some people might, for some reason, think it's not. And I'm like, well, that's weird because the taxes we pay that contribute back to our local tax base say otherwise. So when you're shopping with your local Mary Kay girl, number one, not only are you supporting her goal, okay? I shared like a giant goal with my friend Robin this morning. I'm going to share with you guys. My husband does not know. Nobody knows. I'm saying this out loud and you guys are the first to know. So my husband, bless his heart, he has been in college and undergrad, optometry school, all these things for ever and ever, okay? Working very hard. And his only thing this man wants, he's a simple person. The only thing he wants is a new bass boat. And he's been talking about it every dadgum day since the day I met him. Okay, and he has the boat picked out. I'm talking colors, paint jobs, seats, tools, it's all there. So I was like, what's my next goal? What's my next goal? Okay, and that's going to be surprising him, writing the check for the down payment for this big, shiny, pretty, glittery bass boat. So this is my new goal. So number one, you're supporting your consultant with her goal, a personal goal. Her kids, maybe need braces, private school, ballet lessons, a family vacation, a new bass boat, whatever it is, you're helping her, okay? But you're also supporting your local tax base. So teacher salaries, county roads, all these things that your local tax base supports, right? Different things in your own backyard. That's what it means when you shop with her, supporting local business and helping someone's dream come true, helping support her goals in your town, which I don't think can be better.
Awesome. Yes. I'm so excited for the bath bomb.
You'll have to come visit.
Real quick, I'm going to talk about our USA made products. So not only are they made in the United States, they're made in the great state of Texas. Outside of Dallas, we made our research and development facility, I think almost 3 years now, where we manufacture all of our products. All of the ingredients in those beautiful tubes and jars is made here in Texas. And the only reason why I really want to bring that up is what happened in the last year. Are you guys still struggling to receive some product from other places in the world, or having like bare shelves, or like it's just not normal? Well, when things are made in the United States, it's a little bit easier to get your hands on. And so like Robin shared with us earlier today, when we were able to pivot during the pandemic and make hand sanitizer for frontline workers, it allowed us to stay open for business. We never shut down. We never stopped production. And we, Mary Kay consultants, were able to still continue to serve and love our customers, which was the most amazing thing in the world when others weren't so fortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, girlfriend, you got this.
Animal testing. Okay. And this is another thing that I think is always a big question that people ask in the terms of, oh, it's organic or it's natural or it's this or whatever. It's kind of one of those areas where some people might say, and you do some research, not exactly accurate. So that is something I'm very, very proud of, that no animal testing. Mary Kay's actually been a huge advocate in other countries to help them find other alternatives to animal testing. Like, it's not necessary. So helping them find those things so that you can feel very secure in the efficacy of your products and how they're being tested, how they're being formulated, all of those things, and where and how they're being created, and that it's not damaging or going against your ethics and your morals and your things, that you can feel very confident about that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know, we didn't ever test on animals, and we started like advocating before it was cool. So there's
yes.
Fun fact.
No testing before no testing was cool.
We were just kind of like a leader in that. So we do have, we operate the highest standards in the world. So you may or may not know this, the FDA, which regulates everything in the United States, is super lame.
Yep.
They only ban 11 ingredients.
Yeah. If you ask anyone in healthcare and beauty industry and a lot of food, everyone's going to tell you, even though everything has to be FDA approved, they approve everything.
And it takes like 5 years to do it. I'm like, there's 11 ingredients. I feel like y'all could really. But we operate at even higher of a standard than the European Union. So European Union has banned over 1,400 products. And even then we're like, there's a couple that you allow that we're still not okay with. So when you wash your face with Mary Kay, when you moisturize with Mary Kay, you really can count on the best ingredients on the planet that are safe for you, safe for your family, and safe to go down the drain is in those jars and tubes.
Especially, I think, in the testing part of it, safe in the long run. I know that's something that really kind of, I know for a fact, sets us apart from other companies, is how many years we spend and how many dollars we spend in the testing part beforehand, right? And so when we're saying we're following the European standard, that's because we not only want it to be safe for you right now, we want it to be safe for you in 10 years, in 15 years. And that's why some people might ask us why, if there's a trendy item in the beauty industry, like, oh, why did Mary Kay have that? I'm like, well, in order to be able to make certain things like that, we're just not in love with the long-term effects of certain things. So we just choose not to do. We choose not to hop on the trend. And that's why.
Absolutely. All right. Here you go, girl.
Yes, the foundation. Okay. So this morning, my husband and I drove through to get coffee somewhere, and they said, you want to donate money to such and such, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we had this conversation about, I think it's common that a lot of people, when you're at like a store and they say, do you want to round up to $1 to donate to the blah, 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 whatever. I don't know about you, but I know for me, and I've heard a lot of people be like, I'm always curious, does that money actually go there? Like, does 100% of that money they're claiming actually go there, okay? And here's what I love with our foundation is that part of your purchase, of every purchase, plus we have special limited edition products that, larger percentages go to that. You can make donations. All these things that you're supporting is our Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation, okay? Oh, wow, I've got low battery. That's okay. We're going to figure this out. So the Mary Kay Ash Charitable Foundation supports 2 causes, okay? Which I think every single person, unfortunately, for the most part, has either been affected by personally or knows someone who has. And so number 1 with that is going to be research for cancers found in women. So breast cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, like all these different things, okay? They are paying these giant grants. Like, and I'm not talking like, oh, we gave them $20,000. I'm talking millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars, like tons of money for our foundation. Yes, that is going back to helping helping teams of scientists invest in the research to help cure, prevent those, okay? The other is going to be shelters for women and children that are victims of domestic assault, domestic violence, okay? So with both of those, but especially for the women's shelters, what I love the most is when you're like, okay, does it really? You can pull up the website, pull up your state. It lists all of our states. I can click Oklahoma, and you can actually pull it by state, and you can see by town which shelters in your backyard, in your town, have received the grant. Every time they get a grant, it's $20,000. And if you know anything about how a lot of shelters and not-for-profits work, every penny counts. And I just think, I know in the last year, especially when funding was cut for a lot of these shelters and things, it was so crucial for them to have that. So you get to literally give back to something in your town, in your backyard, and help your neighbors. And I love it.
That is so awesome. Just simply by washing your face and moisturizing, you're helping others that you may have never known or met. But we are all affected by cancers and abuse, right? We know somebody, or it's happened to us, unfortunately. All right, last one I'm going to finish up with, and then I've got a super sizzling question for you, Kirsty, before we end. Our ethics and morals is the way Mary Kay built our company 57 years ago. She said when she put her life in the order of faith first, family second, and career third, that everything just worked out. And that is still so true today. The company is faith first. They took off yesterday for Good Friday. They closed the corporate office for Good Friday. That's not very common anymore these days. I've worked in corporate my whole life. I know, Kirsty, you've had some bouts in it too. And what was it? I think career first, and then probably career second on the weekends. And then, oh, you're married? Don't care. And please don't ever talk about your faith.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's mostly
talking about in corporate.
I don't want to hear about it. It might get messy, but not just that. It's also golden rule. Treating others the way you want to be treated is so big. How many of us are going through things right now? 100%. 100% of all of us are going through some stuff right now. But if we continue to love each other and be kind to one another, we will get through this together. Okay, so that is the end of that for me. But Kirsty, one last question before I let you go charge your computer or phone is, what is one thing that came out of your Mary Kay starter kit that you didn't expect or wouldn't have ever imagined?
What was the last part?
You can't say a bass boat.
Oh, no, that was my husband's thing. That's going to be my thing. My thing truly, first of all, she put me on the spot. I didn't know she was going to ask me this. So you're getting true, authentic answers. So my number one thing truly, I think, is going to be just the self-growth. Working in corporate America for years, I was not surrounded by an environment that was that's intention was to build me up and to make me be better and to help me learn more, help me feel confident in myself, my self-esteem, all these things, right? Unfortunately, it was the exact opposite. It was a pretty toxic culture, and that's kind of what actually really drove me to Mary Kay, because I didn't know something else like that existed. I had asked my mom once, like, is this what like work life is? And she was like, yeah, you just working for the weekend. That's why people say it, right? And I was like, no, I've only been here 4 years. I cannot do this till I retire. So when I experienced a totally different environment, it was very different, right? Because I was experiencing, coworkers every day. Everyone's like, I don't want to be here. I'm tired. We ain't getting a raise. Well, so-and-so, blah, 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 okay? Instead of showing up and going to work with your friends and being like, what's your goal? How can I help you? That's awesome. Like, I'm going to cheer you on the way, like diamond rings, cars, trips, all these things, being compensated, being cheered on, being uplifted. Like, those were things I genuinely just didn't know could exist in a group of friends, in a group of coworkers. So really that's my biggest thing. It's not the paychecks. It's not my fabulous skin. It's not the discount. It's the things that I didn't know I was going into it for in the first place.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And I will piggyback. So if you've known me for any amount of time, going into a female run and predominantly female company was not something I was over the moon about, because much like what you experienced in the corporate world, anytime you got a room of women together, there was probably going to be right, where everyone's talking mess about each other. But I've most recently experienced the most beautiful thing in the whole wide world, and it's our sisterhood. It's the only hood I ever want to be in for the rest of my life. And I know I see Robin looking at me right now with her big old beautiful eyes like, oh. So I'm going through some life right now. We've all gone through some life right now. I got some family life. It's real hard. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. But when you have a corporate job and you can't leave to take care of family, friends, whatever it is you need to take care of, it puts extra stress on the decisions you have to make. When you work for yourself and you're a boss babe for yourself, you get to make the decision to leave. But the best part about that is when there is a team of women that are not just beautiful on the outside, but so beautiful on the inside, that are going to support you, love you, take care of you, ask you what you need, help you with what you need, and take care of your team if you need it without asking for help.
Yeah.
All y'all, Kirsty, Robin, Ashlyn, all y'all showed up for me 2 weeks ago when I couldn't be there for my team. I want to thank you so much for setting an amazing example of what it takes to be a woman of your word and a woman of this incredible company that I get to be a part of for the rest of my life. Y'all got to kick me out. I'm not trying to leave. Okay. But last but not least, I know we just talked about some feelings, you guys. It's not something I normally talk about. Robin's going to show us some options for taking this home. Yes. Link in the chat if it's not there already. That you can us. We will need you to fill that out so that we know what it is you're interested in. There's a wish list. There is some other questions that we need answered, but that's also how we're going to figure out how to give prizes away. I mean, could you get on board for some free stuff?
I'm always here for some specials. There it is. Right. So here's my favorite thing is when you hang out with us, when you party with us, you do your facial, you do whatever, you're eligible for specials in different things like that, different specials and prices and gifts that you're not eligible for on just a random Tuesday. It's not going to happen. So we have put together our favorite things. So you'll see at the very top, okay, are two different sets. Robin covered one this morning. It's our Miracle 3D set. Today we covered the Repair set. That's for more advanced aging. So you're going to pick, which of those, is your favorite on that skincare. So you're going to see the bundle discount price that you're going to see with that. With any of our 3 qualifying skincare sets, the Naturally set, you'll see at the bottom, skull of heart, the Miracle, or the Repair, you are going to qualify for some special stuff, okay? So first being, you can pick either, where'd it go? You're gonna see our Skinvigorate brush that we talked about, or the travel roll-up bag, which literally holds my whole life, including some stuff that fell out. You're going to be able to choose between one of those half off with those qualifying skincare sets, okay? So also with those qualifying skincare sets today, you're going to get the Magic Retinol that Nicole talked about for $25 off, okay? Also, because clearly, not only do we just want to give you $25 off, but we know that you're going to see the best results when it's paired with a daily skincare regimen, okay? Supplements are great, but you're never going to see 100% results from a supplement, a charcoal mask, a microderm, retinol, anything, if you're not also doing your daily work, right? It's not going to happen. So also below that, you'll see our Clear Proof set, Botanical set, Naturally set. Robin covered on each of those lightly. So maybe that's for you, your kiddos, someone else in your life, those are there as well. Our beauty bar must-haves. That's going to be some of the things that we all kind of covered. Our favorite things. We handpicked these items for you, okay? Satin lip set, especially right now after winter. It's a lip exfoliant and deep moisturizing lip balm. Lasts forever. I keep one in my car because that's tend to be where I remember, oh yeah, my lips are dry. The hydrating gel that I know Robin definitely shared about. It is a lot of our favorite products. The nourishing oil, the deep cleansing charcoal mask. It is a gentle rinse off, not a peel off. The hydrogel eye patches that are going to help reduce any sort of puffiness under your eye, all those things. Our glycolic acid facial peel, my personal favorite exfoliant. There's nothing in the world this can't fix. The Microdermabrasion Plus, which is a physical exfoliant as well. And the pore minimizer. And lastly, I know definitely a big favorite for all of us, the Moisture Gel Renewing Mask. I've been sleeping in that baby a lot. My skin's in a weird little transition period between winter and spring. Even though I'm oily, I'm shoving moisture in. So these are specials only available to you today. So be sure to chat with your consultant. The link, the Google form link Robin had just shared, you'll get that from your consultant to be able to fill that out, fill out your wish list, get entered in the drawings, all that good stuff. Did I cover anything? Did I miss anything, Nicole? What else we got?
You did amazing. I just want to say thank you so much, Kirsty, for joining me all the way from Oklahoma. And thank you for those who were able to tune in with us. We love you and appreciate you more than you will ever know. Please make sure to fill out that link for us so that we can get you taken care of. Thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful holiday weekend.